What if I told you the reason you feel stuck, heavy, and restless isn't because of the world, but because of something you're carrying every single day? This is the story of Daniel, a man who discovered that the heaviest prison wasn't around him. It was on his own back. And once you hear this story, you'll never look at your life the same way again. Daniel was 30 years old, living in a small American town. On the outside, he looked fine. Steady job, a few friends, a car that worked. But inside, he was drowning. Every night, he lay awake, replaying old mistakes like a broken record. Every morning, fear whispered in his ear, "You're not good enough. You'll never change." He laughed at jokes, nodded at conversations, but the truth was, he was carrying something invisible that no one else could see, and it was crushing him. One evening, Daniel wandered into a quiet park. On a bench sat an old man, calm as the setting sun. He looked at Daniel and said, "Son, you're walking like your shoulders are breaking. What are you carrying?" Daniel frowned. "Nothing. I'm just tired." The old man shook his head. "No, you're carrying a backpack. Not the one on your shoulders, the one in here," points to chest. Daniel laughed nervously. "A backpack? What do you mean?" The old man's eyes narrowed. "Come tomorrow morning. Bring a real backpack, and I'll show you your prison." The next morning, Daniel returned with an empty backpack. The old man handed him a pile of heavy stones. "Each stone," he said, "represents one thought you've been carrying. I'm not enough," stone into the bag. "I'll never succeed," stone. "I ruined everything in the past," stone. "I'm too late to change," stone. Soon the backpack was stuffed and heavy. "Now," the old man said, "wear it." Daniel swung it onto his shoulders. His back bent instantly. His steps slowed. "Walk around the park," the old man instructed. Daniel staggered, every step painful. After a few minutes, he dropped the bag and gasped, "This thing is killing me." The old man nodded quietly. "And yet, isn't this exactly how you've been living every single day?" Daniel froze. For the first time, he understood. It wasn't the world that was crushing him. It was the backpack he himself chose to carry. The old man leaned closer. "The lies you repeat, the regrets you replay, the fears you hold on to, those are your stones. And here's the truth. You were never asked to carry them. Peace isn't about finding an easier path. It's about dropping the backpack. Daniel stood there staring at the bag. He took out one stone and whispered, "I'm not enough." Then he tossed it aside. Another, "I'll never change." He threw it far. One by one, he emptied the bag. When it was finally light, he put it back on and walked. This time his steps were quick. His chest lifted. He could breathe. That night, for the first time in years, Daniel slept peacefully because he finally understood. Freedom didn't come from fixing everything outside. It came from letting go of the weight inside. And now I'll ask you, what's in your backpack? What stones have you been carrying? The voice that says you're too old, too late, not smart enough. How heavy has it made your life feel? And more importantly, what would happen if you finally put it down? The truth is simple. You were never born to carry that weight. The prison was never around you. It was only the backpack on your shoulders. So drop it. Walk free. Because life is too short to carry stones that were never yours to begin with. If this story lifted something off your shoulders, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to drop their backpack too. Hit like, subscribe for more stories that set your heart free. And remember this, peace doesn't begin when life gets lighter. It begins when you do.